Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class G1 Gears. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. Transformers Legacy United, and that's on the top. We got a little hook there too. On the front, got some nice artwork of Gears in his alt mode, and then we've got a nice little window here, and it looks like the chest piece is missing. Hopefully it's in the accessory stuff. G1 Universe Autobot Gears, Takara Tomy Generations Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, includes figure and 2 accessories, and it's authentic. On this side, we've got some nice artwork of Gears in his robot mode. And then on the other side, that nice 40th anniversary artwork for Legacy United. Then on the back, we've got G1 Universe Autobot Gears Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. His chest lifts up. And then it's 12 steps to convert. Wrong! Transform from robot mode to truck mode. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to the babies. 40 years of Transformers, Hasbro print, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, and another symbol I'm not going to learn. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first up, let's take a look at the handy dandy instructions. And 8 and up, Transformers Legacy United, Transformers Generations, G1, Autobot Gears. And then small fine legalese print, Takara Tomy print, Hasbro print, symbols I'm not going to learn. And then on the interior, if I can get them open, it does have nice, crisp, clean illustrations showcasing what parts you need to manipulate in order to transform the figure. And the parts being manipulated, of course, are in this darker color. It looks like red to me, but I'm colorblind, so that may be mistaken. Next up for accessories, here we have his blaster. And I have to say, it does have nice molded details in it, all molded in black plastic. And of course, it's got a post here for the handle, and then it has a post here as well. And then on the tip, it looks like you can put a blast effect on there if you want to. So overall, pretty neat. Much better than what the original G1 upper came with, which was no weapon at all. Didn't even get an instruction sheet. His instructions were on the back of the packaging. But let's take a look at this Gears. And I have to say, it's got some nice paint apps here on the front. Headlights, around the headlights, the grille here, the windshield, and the windows on the side as well. It's got some silver for the wheels. And then on the back here, this is the part I don't really care for on this alt mode, is, you know, the chest piece being here on the back, but it does have some nice silver paint apps on it, as well as the Autobot Tampo, although it's upside down. So, and overall, I like the silhouette this cuts. This reminds me a lot more of a truck with not necessarily a camper bed on it, but a bed cover. Whereas the other one was more like a camper bed, I think. That's what I always thought of it like. And if you don't know what that is, it's just it was just a top. And I say camper, it really wasn't a camper. There were campers that fit into the back of pickup trucks, and they may still be around. I don't know. I don't see them that often anymore. But it was just basically a full cover for the bed. But they did have, you know, like a camper insert that you could set in the bed of trucks as well. But I don't think that's what that was supposed to be. But it was also a little oversized and odd shaped. And this one is, you know, a little bit here odd shaped for it just to be a bed cover. Not a bed liner, but a cover. So that's pretty neat. And as far as the weapon goes in alt mode, he's got a couple of ports along the sides here and on the top as well. Although, well, yeah, it will fit in the ones on the top. I think this is how the instructions show to put it. But you can also put it up here as well. And of course you do have to use that port on the side, or post on the side, and not this one because the magazine gets in the way. And unless you're shooting backwards, they really don't go on this side. Well, that, my friends, does it for a look at the figure in his alt mode. It's time for alt mode comparisons, and here we have the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears with the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Huffer, and the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Brawn. For our final set of alt mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And let me see if I can even remember how to get started. So, first thing I say is undo this. And then you can undo that and flip this forward. And I want to say there's a catch for it, but there's not. It doesn't look like. It just kind of sits there. Then you can fold these wheels in. Then flip these parts up, and you can see they connect in right here. And there's tabs and there's slots. You just have to match them up. So once you have that out, flip these pieces and they are now the bottoms of his feet. And you can undo that part and then flip these two parts out and unfold the arms. Then this part can flip in. And then this piece is on a double hinge. Actually, there's two of them. Hinge here and a hinge here. Oh, and there's a hinge in there too, I guess. Oh, I forgot. You gotta fold these wheels in. Then it will sit flush on his back. And I forgot to say, the first thing is if the weapon is ported in to the vehicle mode, you have to import that first. And then there's that. And there we have it, my friends. I want to say this is probably one of the shortest transformations, or the quickest transformations I've done in a long time outside of G1. But there is Gears all transformed. Let's take a look at the figure in his robot mode. And we'll just go ahead and remove the weapon, because we've already looked at that. And wow, what a face. He's a sourpuss. But he's got some nice silver paint apps there for the face, and then looks like some blue for the eyes. And then the same thing I said about this piece when it was on the back of the truck holds true here, although it looks much better here. And of course, you know, that does open up, so you can see beeps and boops and bits in there. And then, wow, it looks like that pretty much covers the paint apps outside of the vehicle mode. And you can see on the back here, it's got the Autobot Tempo here, and some paint app right here, and then paint app that was the windshield. And he does have a rather clunky backpack there, but you know what? Not many Transformers that actually transform don't have backpacks, so I'm okay with it. Your mileage, of course, may vary. Now let's take a quick look at his articulation. The head, I think, is on a ball joint. He can look up that high, which is not very much, and he can look down that much again, which is not very much. And then no chicken neck. He's got a little bit of waggle. The head itself, probably without this in the way, we'll move it out of the way. So he can do the full Exorcist if you move the backpack back, but if you don't want to, you know, he can turn his head left and right a little bit. So that way and that way. At the shoulder, arm raises up 90 degrees, or approximately, at least 360 degrees of rotation. He does have a double hinged elbow that is mainly for transformation, but in this case I will take it. So you get that much bend, which is awesome. Then at the waist is a 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he can give you the full splits. And then he can kick forward past 90 degrees and backwards like a mule. And then no tilt at the ankle, but he does have not quite 90 degrees worth of rocker, but almost. So that's really cool. And then, you know, when he's not using his weapon, there is storage for it. You can store it on either side there, or over here, or you can have it pointing up if you'd rather, so it doesn't look like his backpack has something dangling. So there we have it, my friends, a look at the figure in his robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears with the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Kingdom Deluxe Class Huffer, and the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Brawn. For our final set of robot mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Gears, I have to say this has been a long time coming. And I'm glad they finally got around to it. You know, Gears might not be the most hospitable and popular character in the Transformers lore, but, you know, everybody's got to have a grump. Every group. Friend group, family group, it doesn't matter. You have to have a grump. You're going to have a grump. So, there it is. And we finally have our Transformers grump. At least for the Autobots. I have to say, the robot mode is mostly pretty good. The backpack, you know, I'm not stressing about the backpack, because if you go back and look at the original figure, you know, he had a big backpack too. And, you know, he was basically push your arms in and flip the legs over and he was transformed. That's what kind of backpack he had. So basically the truck cab was his backpack. And, you know, that's pretty much what's going on here. It's just folded up a bit, and that's fine. I kind of like the silhouette he cuts. I'm glad that they did the shape of the head the way that they did, so it, you know, calls back to the original G1 toy. And, you know, also they didn't give him that face. They gave him the more animated series face, not Transformers animated, but the G1 series. I'm sure y'all knew that was what I was talking about. And, you know, so I think it's a nice combination between the original toy and the cartoon aesthetic. And, you know, I really like this guy. I'm so glad that we finally got Gears, because my first Transformers comic book was Transformers number 3, where Gears and Spider-Man go up against the Decepticons. And, you know, that really kind of hooked me on the show. Not the show, the series. Hooked me on the comics. And I ended up getting the majority of all 80 issues, plus the 4 issues of Headmaster. I think I'm missing number 1 of that. And there's a few out of the 80 that I'm missing, but not past number 20. And also all 3 issues of the Transformers, the movie adaptation. So, I guess you could say, Gears wasn't really my introduction to, you know, the toys. You know, I think my dad brought home the Mini-Bots one day on his way from work. He stopped by Kmart and saw them, picked them up, brought them home to me and my brother, and, you know, that was really our first experience with Transformers. And of course Huffer was one of those. And, you know, I thought that was cool, even though, you know, we had a few GoBots already, but GoBots always felt a little cheesy to me. But I say that, and I'm picking Transformers over the, you know, the G1 Mini-Bots. And so there were just some designs in GoBots I just didn't much care for, and that's why I leaned more heavily towards Transformers. Not to mention, I liked the lore better, and, well, at least I think I liked the lore better. We never got the GoBots cartoon, Challenge of the GoBots. It never came on in our area. Even the Transformers cartoon was sometimes sporadic in my area. And then, you know, after the movie, the third season was basically, you couldn't watch it because it wasn't on in my area. At least over the air. It may have been available on cable, but we didn't have cable because we lived out in the boonies, and we didn't have satellite, and we had, you know, NBC, CBS, oh Lord, ABC. So ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, and later on, sometimes we could pick up a Fox channel, but that was many, many moons later. But that was it. That's what I had growing up. And then, you know, whatever the local affiliates for those showed in the mornings and afternoons and stuff. So, you know, there is that kind of stuff. But I'm really glad they finally got around to doing Gears, and I like his robot mode. I mostly like his alt mode. Just the chest piece on the back of the truck, just, it throws it off a bit for me. Your mileage, of course, may vary, but overall I have to say I'm happy with this figure, and I'm glad I picked him up, and I'm glad Hasbro did it, you know, finally got around to making this character. So maybe that means they're going to do a recolor of him and a slight retool, and it will be Swerve as well. And then maybe we'll get the other mini bots that we're missing in the deluxe class, like Sea Spray, Power Glide, Swerve, Wind Charger, Tailgate, and Outback. And I think that's all of them. So hopefully those are coming. We only got, you know, we need a new mold for Sea Spray, which they might be holding off on Sea Spray and Power Glide because there's not a whole lot of reuse going on there unless they create new characters based on those molds, at least that I remember. But, you know, we've already got molds for Swerve and Outback ready just to be retooled and repainted. So that's 2 more mini bots right there, ready to go. Or at least they should be ready to go. And then, of course, we definitely got to have that new Wind Charger in the deluxe class. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.